Creators don't have a money problem, they have a system problem. And once you fix that, everything starts to feel a lot simpler. Up to this point, we've talked about why making more money doesn't necessarily fix the problem, what's actually happening behind the scenes, and the real cost of that over time. So let's talk about what actually changes this. The shift is this, and I've alluded to it a little bit before, but you have to stop thinking like a creator and start thinking more like a business owner, because you're really good at, great even, at making money, but businesses are built to manage and multiply that money. And at a high level, it really comes down to a few simple things. First, separate your money. Your money has different jobs for you and your business. Instead of everything living in one place, you separate it into what you can spend operationally and personally, what you owe in taxes, and what you're saving for retirement or general sort of goals for saving. 2, figure out a way to create consistency even with inconsistent income. Now, this might seem like, well, what do you mean by that? Well, your income might be unpredictable, but the system built around it should be able to handle that. And you need a way to handle the high months, the low months, and everything in between. What does that look like? What are we doing in the high months that help maximize savings to offset the necessary and fixed expenses that we might have in the low months as well? And that's something that, once you have a grasp on, makes you feel a bit more confident, or a good bit more confident in what you're doing day to day with your money. 3, we want to make decisions from clarity, not stress. And when you know where your money is going and what it's meant for, you stop guessing, and and that's where things start to feel different. Because now you're not just making more money, you actually feel like you're keeping it, like it's doing something for you. You feel more in control, more confident, and a lot less stressed about what's coming next. And this is the part that, most creators never get taught, whether it be our school system or whatever, but, we just don't learn about these things when we get into business for ourselves. It's something we've got to figure out on our own, or figure out people who do this well and then work with them to help us get into a good spot with it. Because it's not overly complicated for people who understand it. And once you understand it, you feel like you can get a grasp on it. But no one really, like I said, no one really shows you how to set that up in the right way at the very beginning of all of this. So if you've been watching this series and thinking, yeah, this is what I've been dealing with, this is what I'm going through, then the next step would be to get some clarity on your own situation, understanding where your money is going, what's missing, and what needs to change. Because once you see it clearly, it's actually a lot easier to fix than you think. And if this has resonated with you and you've made it to the end, thank you. Appreciate you watching through. And if it's resonated with you in any way or has provided any value, please check out the link in our description, and we can set up a time to chat one-on-one and see how we might be able to help get the system going for you as well. So appreciate you watching, and stay tuned for more. Take care.